Hello students, welcome back. So today we shall study the Merchant of Venice Act 2 Scene 1. Here we shall meet the Prince of Morocco, the suitors to Portia. So here he comes to choose the right casket in order to marry Portia. So let's start. So earlier in the previous scene we were in Venice where we met Shiloh. Today we are, in this scene we are in Belmont, and here we shall be meeting the Prince of Morocco. So here the scene begins. Belmont, a room in Portia's house. Flourish of cornets. Flourish of cornets. Cornets are the trumpets. The trumpets play in order to signify, in order to let the people know that someone very important is coming. So the Prince of Morocco, he was the Prince of Morocco and one of the suitors to Portia, and therefore the trumpets play, and then he's accompanied by lots of people, like it's given there a train. He comes with his train. So this train is followed by servants or many other people. Then we also see here on the stage Portia and Nerissa and their attendants. Although Nerissa is an attendant to Portia, but then she is more of a best friend of hers. So Portia, her attendant, and Nerissa also are available, are seen in this scene. So Morocco, he is very dark complexioned, and he is aware that Portia may not like him because of his dark complexion, since he is very conscious about that. But then he is very happy, or he is very confident that he will be able to choose Portia. So he starts his conversation saying that, "Mislike me not for my complexion." He tells Portia, "Please do not dislike me because of my dark complexion. The shadowed livery of the burnished sun, to whom I am a neighbor and near bred." He says the shadowed livery because he is born in Morocco. Morocco is very close to the equator where the rays of the sun fall directly. So wherever the rays of the sun fall directly, your body is going to be tanned. So therefore he says livery is the uniform. So he says this uniform that I have got, that means this tanning or the black colored skin that I have got, is because I am born and brought up in a place which is very close to the equator. So please do not dislike me because of my black complexion. Bring me the fairest creature northward born, where Phoebus fire scarce thaws the icicles. And then he challenges her and he says, okay, you can bring in front of me, I can compete with any of the suitors who is born in the north direction. Born in the north direction, who is very fair, also where the rays of the sun are so slow or so slanting that they are not even able to melt the icicles or the snow. Icicles are the pointed spikes of the ice. So where the rays of the sun are not even able to melt those icicles. So the person who is very fair, bring him in front of me, and let us make incision for your love, and then we can challenge. He says we will cut a vein. So he will cut his vein, I will cut my vein, and then he says, to prove whose blood is reddest, his or mine. He says, and then we'll see whose blood is reddest. Blood is red in color, but then it was believed in those days that whoever has the dark red color of blood seems to be very brave and courageous, whereas those people who have pale red color are not that courageous. So he says, we'll see whose blood is redder, his or mine. I tell thee, lady, this aspect of mine had feared the valiant. And then he says, I tell you, lady, Madam Portia, I tell you that this aspect of mine, this color of mine, this black color of mine had feared the valiant, has made the bravest of the brave fear me. That means I am very courageous. So we come to know about his characteristic. That means he is very boastful about his aspirations or his black color or what all he can do. By my love I swear, the best regarded virgins of our clime have loved it too. And then he says, this, although I am black in color, but because I am so courageous, I am so handsome, that all the virgins in Morocco die to marry me. They love me to the that they just wish to be mine by all means. I would not change this hue. So, and then he says, I am ready to change my appearance, I am ready to change my color. That is just an exaggeration. That cannot be possible. How can a person change his color? But still he says, I am ready to change this color of mine, except to steal your thoughts, my gentle queen, just if you are ready to be mine, or if you will to or wish to marry me. Portia. Now, Portia, actually we had studied that her father had made 3 caskets, and the one who chooses the right casket will be marrying her. So in the earlier scene also we see that she is not happy about that, and she talks to Nerissa saying that I cannot marry whom I like, and I cannot reject anyone whom I dislike. So here she is very diplomatic. It means that in the previous scene we come to know when Nerissa told about all the suitors, she dislikes this fellow also, but she is very diplomatic, and she is very polite, and she says, in terms of choice, I am solely led by nice direction of a maiden's eyes. She says, as regards to the condition of my choice, I cannot entirely be influenced by the outward appearance of any person, so I have no right to choose whomever I like. Besides, the lottery of my destiny bars me the right of voluntary choosing. इसके अलावा, besides this, the lottery of my destiny. Lottery you must have seen, whoever is lucky wins the lottery. So the lottery of my fate lies in these 3 caskets, in these 3 boxes. Whoever chooses the right casket, I will have to marry that person. So that bars me, that prevents me, that stops me from choosing voluntarily whom I like. But if my father had not scanted me, prevented me, but if my father had not prevented me, had not deprived me, and hedged me by his wit, bound, and wit your wisdom, and had not bound me by his wisdom to yield myself, to bring myself to his wife who wins me by the means I told you yourself, renowned prince, then stood as far as any other comer I have looked on yet for my affection. This is not true, but she just tells him, she is very polite in being saying that, and she says, if my father had not deprived me of choosing anyone whom I like, then you too had a good chance of marrying me like any other suitor who comes here. But I'm sorry, I cannot choose anyone whom I like, or I cannot reject anyone whom I dislike. So whoever chooses the right casket will be marrying me. Morocco says, even for that I thank you. So Morocco says, okay, I thank you for saying that you would have chosen me in case your father had not prevented you, or not had kept the lottery of caskets. Therefore, I pray you, lead me to the casket. So he says, okay, then that is why I request you to take me to the caskets, to try my fortune, so that I can try my luck in choosing the right casket. By my scimitar. Scimitar is kind of a sword, and he says, in the name of my scimitar, or I swear on this sword that slew the Sophie and the Persian prince, that won the 3 fields of Sultan Suleiman. He says, with this sword I have defeated the Shah of Persia, who had defeated the Sultan Suleiman, who had already defeated 3 times. Like he had already defeated his enemy 3 times, and that person I have defeated with my scimitar or with my sword. I would outstare the sternest eyes that look. That means I am ready to stare into the eyes of my opponent, of my rival. I swear in the name of this sword, bring me any brave man, and I am ready to look into his eyes. That means he boasts about his valiant or his courage. Outbrave the heart most daring on earth. Whoever is the bravest on this earth. Then he says, what else I can do for your sake? Pluck the young suckling cubs from the she-bear. She-bear, when she will be, feeding, or the baby bears are sucking from her, like she's nursing her babies. At that time, a mother has very tender thoughts for her young ones. and she will be very furious if anyone snatches her babies or the young ones from her. So he says, I am so courageous that I have got the power and the strength to take away the sucking babies or the young ones of the she bear. I can face the she bear in that condition. फाड़ के टुकड़े कर देगी अगर उसके किसी बच्चों को उसने देखने की भी हिम्मत की तो. So he says, I'm so brave that I can do that also. He mocked the lion when he roars for prey, and he says, I can also tease a hungry lion when he's very hungry and when he's looking for a prey. I can tease him, I can stand against him to win the lady. All this I can do just in order to win your love. But alas, the while, if Hercules and Lichas play at dice, which is the better man, the greater throw may turn to be fortune from the weaker hand. So is Alcides beaten by his page. Now this is Hercules and Lichas, they are the master and the servant, and he says, but alas, काश के मेरी bravery से तुम impress हो जाती and I would be able to marry you, but that is not possible, because if Hercules and Lichas, if a master and a servant play the game of a dice, we do not know who is going to win the game, and in that case he says, and so may I, and so could be in my case, that is, I am brave enough, I am able to impress you by all means, but I really do not know if I will be able to choose the right casket. Blind fortune leading me, and send blind fortune. Fortune is said to be blind. जैसे कि आपने देखा होगा ना justice की मूर्ति के साथ she is blindfolded. So that is blind. The fortune is blind. We do not know किसके favor में जाएगा वो. Miss that which one unworthier may attain, and die with grieving. And then I may lose the chance of winning your hand by choosing the wrong casket. And if that happens, I will die of sadness. I will be very sad to know if I won't be able to choose the right casket. Portia says, you must take your chance and either not attempt to choose at all. Portia says, either you withdraw yourself from choosing the casket or you take a chance. It's up to you. But she warns him, she says, or swear before you choose. If you choose wrong, never to speak to lady afterward in the way of marriage. Therefore, be advised. She says, I am warning you, think very carefully. If either you withdraw or if you take a chance to choose the casket, and in any case you are not able to choose the right casket, and in that case you will have to remain a bachelor all your life. That means you will not be able to propose any lady in the way of marriage. So think twice, think smart. Morocco says, nor will not come. Bring me unto my chance. He says, I swear I will not marry any lady, or I will not propose any lady in the way of marriage, but just show me where are the caskets, take me there, let me take a chance. Portia says, first, forward to the temple. She says, okay, before choosing the caskets, you go to the church. So better go to the church and pray for your that God favors you. After dinner, your hazard shall be made. So after having dinner, you can take your chance to risk or to gamble or to choose the casket. Morocco says, good fortune then. He says, I'll try my luck then to make me blessed or cursed among men. So either I'll be the luckiest one if I happen to choose the right casket, or I will be the most unluckiest person on this earth if I happen to choose the wrong casket. So this seat is also important, because usually we expect Antonio's extract be asked, or Bassanio or Portia or Shylock, but sometimes they give such extracts also. So this seat is also important. Study it well. We'll meet in the next video with the second scene.